Hello viewers, this may be a rant type video, but I'm not going to be talking about the same kind of thing that I've been talking about before. In fact, it's not really a rant video at all. This is a signal boost to a friend of mine who has entered a very dire situation. His father has been going in and out of the hospital, which anyone who has had this happen to their family knows is extremely expensive. Going to the hospital for anything is extremely expensive, especially if you go to the emergency room. The money has been adding up, and his family has gotten behind on a lot of payments, including their house. They can't afford to pay for things to help his father, and they can't afford to keep their house. If they get too far behind, he will be evicted. Naturally, I don't want this to happen. Aphex works a job, he has a job, he works, and he works frequently. He works more than I do when it comes to days during the week, because he's not trying to get an internship going and trying to dedicate time in doing that. He has his job, he has his YouTube, and he has his other interests that he goes into that are outside of YouTube. And he's not making enough money, and he wouldn't make enough money if he worked even more to make much of a difference in this because of the amount of pay that he gets. So he needs your help. Your help. He's trying to provide something in return, and the best that he has to offer right now is a 24-hour live stream. I'm going to be offering my support in showing up and interacting with fans and interacting with him and playing games with him as long as I can. I will be working that day, but I will see if I can't get here in time to be an extra body for the stream. I usually work at night, but we'll see what happens. I think the hardest thing about everything that's been going on with him is that not only could he lose his father, but he could also lose his home, which affects the rest of his family. And that's really not something that he should go through at such a young age. And he feels so powerless to do anything about it because he really doesn't have the kind of resources that other people could have. There are other people that make lots and lots of money, that have lots of disposable income, that would never have this problem. And hopefully we can attract some of them to the stream, and they can help him out of this situation. And I'm sure that he will not only be very grateful for what happens if he can get out of this situation, but he will give everything that he can back in his gratitude. He's not asking you to buy him something. He's not trying to raise money to buy a computer. He's not trying to raise money for anything other than to help save his father, try to save his father's life. And his father is, according to him, fighting for his life as we speak. But he also wants to save his home and his family. He wants to be able to stay there. I can guarantee you that any and all the money that he collects will be put towards those two things. And if I find out that he's done otherwise with it, I will be extremely disappointed in him. And I can guarantee you that I will not be supporting a similar effort from him again. But as far as I know, he will be doing this justly and truthfully, and he will be putting your money where you expect it to go. If you can signal boost this by retweeting his tweets about it, retweeting my tweets about it, I put it on Tumblr, anything that can signal boost this. We need to make sure that he gets a good turnout for the stream. It's going to be on Sunday at 7 p.m. Eastern Time. If you can show up, even if you can't donate, tweet the link out, tell it to everybody. Just try to get the word out about it. I hope that he can raise enough money to at least help his dad and maybe do a little bit to help his house. Anything. I will obviously be donating some money to him during the stream, and I know it won't be enough for him to get out of it, but if enough people show up and donate on their own, it'll be a good thing. He can stay in his house, his family can afford to maybe save his father, or if they can't, they'll be able to save their home. I'm not asking a lot from you, and if you can't donate, just spread the word about it. If you can't donate, show up and support him. Be emotional support for the guy. He's obviously in a very emotional situation. He obviously needs outside help. There isn't much he can do in his situation right now. And you and I have the power to do something nice for somebody, and I hope that all of you will take the opportunity to do so.